Hello, English learners, and welcome back to the best podcast to improve your English speaking skills. In today's episode, we're diving into one of the most important questions: what is the best way to learn English? This question might seem simple, but the answer could change everything for you. Why? Because how you learn determines how fast you grow. It shapes the path you take from beginner to fluent speaker.
Today, we'll share honest insights, proven strategies that actually work, and the biggest mistakes you should avoid. No fluff, no shortcuts, just the truth.
If you've been feeling stuck or unsure where to start, this episode is exactly what you need.
Let's begin with something that many learners overlook, but it's absolutely essential: the truth. If you genuinely want to learn English in a way that feels natural, engaging, and truly effective, one of the most powerful methods is immersing yourself in daily, real-life conversations. This is exactly what we offer in this podcast. By listening regularly to the kinds of conversations people actually have in everyday life, you start to absorb not only vocabulary and grammar, but also the natural rhythm, pronunciation, and structure of the language, without forcing it or memorizing lifeless textbook phrases.
Exactly. When you listen to real conversations, the ones that reflect how people actually speak in real situations, your brain gradually stops relying on translation. Instead of breaking down every sentence word by word, you begin to understand the meaning directly in English, and over time, this helps you think in English without even realizing it. It's like training your brain to switch modes from learner mode to speaker mode. And that shift is the key to fluency, confidence, and natural expression.
One of the biggest obstacles that most English learners face, especially in the early and intermediate stages, is the constant habit of translating every word or sentence from their native language into English before speaking. This habit might seem like a helpful shortcut at first, but in reality, it significantly slows down your fluency and disrupts the natural rhythm of communication. When your brain is busy trying to find the English equivalent of every thought, your speech becomes hesitant, mechanical, and often confusing. Not just for you, but for the listener as well. Instead of relying on translation, you should train your brain to associate ideas, emotions, and expressions directly with English words and sentence structures. This doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, your mind will begin to recognize patterns and form sentences naturally, just like a native speaker does.
Think of it like running two programs on an old computer at the same time. One program is forming your ideas in your native language, and the other is trying to translate those ideas into English in real time. That's a heavy load for your brain to handle, and it causes unnecessary delays in your responses. But when you learn to think directly in English, to see something and describe it instantly without mental translation, your speaking becomes not only faster, but also more fluid, more confident, and far more natural.
One of the most powerful and proven techniques to improve your English fluency is daily listening, especially when you expose yourself to natural, real-life conversations through podcasts like English Podcast Rise.
Make it a habit to listen every single day, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. You do not need a perfect plan. What you truly need is consistency. By showing up daily and surrounding your brain with the rhythm of real English, you allow the language to sink in naturally, just like a child learns their mother tongue.
When you listen to English every day, especially to this podcast, you are doing far more than just listening. You are training your ear to recognize the natural rhythm, tone, stress, and flow of the language.
You're also expanding your vocabulary passively, absorbing common phrases, collocations, and expressions without even realizing it. And most importantly, you're building an intuitive sense of how real English works, the kind that textbooks cannot teach.
The act of daily listening isn't about chasing perfection or memorizing grammar rules. It's about immersing yourself in real conversations, developing the habit of focus, and letting your brain do the work for you over time. You might not see results overnight, but something incredible happens when you make English part of your daily environment. Slowly, your mind begins to switch into English mode. You start thinking in English, speaking with more confidence, and understanding with greater ease.
This is why everyday English listening and speaking practice is one of the smartest habits you can create for yourself as a learner. It doesn't matter how busy you are, 10 minutes is enough to keep your momentum alive. The key is not the duration, but the consistency. Show up daily, listen actively, and trust the process.
Let's move to the third and perhaps most important point: speaking English every single day. Yes, every day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment, or for your grammar to be flawless, or for your accent to sound native.
That day may never come. What truly matters is starting now with what you already know. Because the more you speak, the more comfortable and natural it becomes. Fluency is built step by step, not in theory, but through daily consistent use of the language in real conversations.
Absolutely. And here's something we're really excited about. We're currently building a private group of 500 highly motivated learners who are committed to speaking English every single day through live, real time voice conversations. It's a safe and supportive space for practice, progress, and connection. No judgment, no pressure, just people who want to grow together.
That's right. If this sounds like something you want to be a part of, just leave a comment below with the words, "I'm ready," and we'll make sure to add you to our private speaking list. This is your opportunity to turn passive learning into active speaking.
And always remember this: fluency doesn't mean you know every word in the dictionary. It simply means you can use the words you already know, confidently and comfortably, in real conversations. Start today, even if you're not ready. Because speaking someday is not nearly as powerful as speaking today, even if it's just for a few minutes.
So, to wrap up everything we've discussed, here's what you need to take with you. Fluency is not something you magically achieve one day. It's something you build slowly but surely through real effort, real mistakes, and real conversations. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present, consistent, and willing to show up for yourself every single day.
Whether you're learning one new sentence, practicing a short conversation, or just listening and repeating what you hear, every small step matters. It's not about speed, it's about momentum. The learners who improve the fastest are not the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who keep going, even on the days they don't feel motivated.
And remember this, English is not just a subject to study. It's a tool to express your thoughts, connect with people around the world, and open doors to new opportunities.
The more you treat it like a living language, something you use, not something you memorize, the faster your skills will grow. We believe in you. And if you've listened this far, it means you're serious about changing the way you learn. So take what you've heard today and turn it into action. Speak daily, listen with intention, and never stop practicing. Because one day, not too far from now, you'll look back and realize you didn't just learn English,
You became someone who speaks it naturally, confidently, and proudly.